What's happening, YouTube? This is your boy Detox Everything back with another video. Yeah, man. Did you know these are my confessions? Man, I don't know what to do. This is episode 893,001. What a funeral service. So your boy ain't been on the YouTube recently. Been kind of dealing with my father. Just recently passed away. So, not looking for any like sympathy. I want to tell y'all the hilariousness of the funeral. Now, this was just hilarious. So I get to the so the funeral supposed to start at 12 noon Saturday that just passed, March the 12th. Uh so people get to the funeral home early. He's like, well, D, I need you to get here so everybody can come in and see. I need you to approve it before I let anybody in. And I was like, well, all right, well, man, I'll be there in about 20 minutes. I was going to be there about 11:30. So he called me back. I'm like, man, what you called back for? He said, man, well, I let your brother in. Okay, cool, man. I'm thinking, man, you can let them all in. Because whatever you put them in, whatever you've done at this point, it's done and over with. Now, I'm going to stop right there for a moment. We're going to pick back up right there in just a moment. We're going to rewind. Early in the week, he hit me up, said to D, I need the photo and the people, family members' name that's gonna go in the obituary, and we have a local newspaper called the Florida Sentinel. We're gonna put your father in there as well. Say, cool. Shoot him the email. Shoot him another email with the info. I called. Yo, you got it? Got it, bro. Now I called after each email. The first one, I'm not gonna talk bad. I I, I talked about I talked to a little lady who looked kind of like a crackhead, and that's what it was. She kind of like a little crackhead. It is what it is. So she, so I say, did you? And that's why I'm gonna say some of it's my fault. I fucked up. I asked her, I said, hey, did y'all get the email or the photo? She said, hold on a moment, let me check. Yep, we got it. All right then, shit, you work here. Fuck it. I ain't gonna call it. This fuck work here. Got confirmation about the other stuff. So now we're gonna roll forward. It's like Thursday that week. I have to go drop the clothes off to the funeral home for my father. Now I'm in the area. I'm like, oh shit, I should have got a newspaper. He was supposed to be in the other day's newspaper. But I ain't get it. Dang, I missed it. But I'm in the store kind of looking around through the newspaper. I don't see it. So I'm looking through a paper and I'm like, man, I seen this dude picture while I was at the funeral home. Hmm. Flip, 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 flip. Oh, well, I don't see him. So I'm like, I ain't going to buy the newspaper. Because I don't see my father's picture in this. I leave the newspaper, I buy a lotto ticket, mine. Now, fast back forward, flashback over. So, now he tells me again he just let my brother into see. And I'm like, yeah, man, like you can let anybody get there. So now I get there. I approve the bottom. Like, okay, bet everything looking all right. Cool. Thumbs up. So I don't see none of the little programs. But you know what? I ain't here trip about no program. It's like 11:30. Maybe he ain't ready. They were just finishing the thing. They had just changed out one of the light bulbs. They put one of the McDonald's cooking lights on. But they had like white lights everywhere else, and then they changed that one light bulb to a red one, and it looked like one of them lights that they put on the French fries to keep them hot. I don't know. Nah, maybe I'm tripping, but that's what it looked like. But anyway, so I don't see no programs, nothing. No program. I ain't gonna trip. So I'm just standing outside greeting everybody, greeting all these folks I don't even know. Ain't even met half these people here. But come on in, come on in, come on in. Yeah, appreciate you coming, appreciate you coming, appreciate you coming, dog. So, so now, as I done greeted some more people, the pastor shows up. He asked me, hey, can I get a program? I said, so now I gotta really acknowledge or talk about these programs. I said, I ain't got one yet. He said, all right, let's say, man, but as soon as let me go talk to him. I was kind of greeting some people, we're going to start in about, 10 minutes, get your program. We're going to do this quick. We're going to be bop, 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 in and out. Like, we ain't trying to do no 2-hour service. We trying to do like a hot 30. We still got to get to the graveyard. And then I already got food locked in. I'm like, this started at 12. I got food locked in at 1:30. And that means I gotta drive to get to the food. So we gotta get in and out of this funeral within an hour and 10. So 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 now I'm standing by the door. Like look like everybody in kind of came. The funeral director's off somewhere else doing something. So some dude come in and said, hey, you with the funeral home? And I'm like, no, but I'm having a funeral today for my father. And like, oh, okay, I got the programs. And I'm like, cool, I take them. I go pass them by. And I go to grab them. And I look down. It's a different picture on that. Now we go rewind back a few days. I flash back. I say, man, I saw this picture before. The picture in the newspaper, they put the wrong picture with my father's name. So all his info, all of my brothers and our kids, so my father, his grandkids' names were there with his name correct, but the wrong picture. With the wrong picture. So he go to pass me. I'm like, no, I'm not taking those because I didn't even look at the name initially. I just saw the picture and I'm like, oh, those ain't ours. So then he's like, oh, okay, well, he goes to walk into the office. And then he goes to pass them to the funeral director. And he was like, D, these are yours. And I say, who is that on the picture? He said, your father. I said, where you get that picture from? Who is that man? We can go in and look at my father right now. He's laying there. Who is this man right here? Who is this? And he was like, you didn't send me that picture? He looked at me straight face too. No, 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 nothing. You didn't send me that picture? So that so my thing is when people I'm gonna say one when I feel disrespected or I'm pissed. A lot of times I laugh. I ain't gonna say a lot of time. A lot of time, like 97.9% of the time, I laugh because I don't know what else to do. Because it's like, nah, at this point, like, what? I'm supposed to just file you, right? I'm just supposed to just swag on you, right? Like that's for real. He was like, he looked at me straight face. You didn't send me this picture, so now I gotta open my phone. Like, here's your email. Let me click on it. This is the picture I sent you. Like, what did you do? He was like, oh, I guess I there was an email next to yours, and I thought that one was yours. That's the answer I get. So he was like, so 9 to 9, we're like T minus 5 minutes. No, no, hold on. This happens. No, we still got about 20 minutes before the funeral service supposed to start. They was like, well, I head back to my office to go. You can send me the picture. I go back to my office and reprint. And I'm like, okay, that's great. And I'm like, so where you at? His office like 30 minutes away. And the funeral gonna be over with. So the funeral director said, well, I print out some info so that way they can at least just follow along with the program until the correct ones show up. Now he passed them out. Now I'm tell you, so as he's going to the front to pass them out, I go and stop to my auntie. Because my auntie is particular. She is very particular. I don't stop to nobody else. My wife know what's going on because she's standing next to him, and I appreciate you, baby. When you watch this video, I love you. But so she know what's going on. Only she knows, hey, like step by step. She's. I give her, you know, super credit. She was next to my side, step for step. But so, but anyway, I don't really go around telling everybody what's going on. Go and tell my auntie. I say, hey, auntie, listen. I know you want the funeral program. I know you want a couple of them. Listen, he's passing, and I'm looking at him as he's passing them out too, like, and then he's about to come to her, and I'm like, listen, auntie, what he's getting ready to give to you now is simply just the back part of it. We had an issue with the pictures being fixed. This is just for now. I get you correct program, okay? She said, what? And I said, no, listen, no, stop. This is what it is. I get your program. Now my cousin, her daughter is sitting right in front of her. She's just shaking her head. She has her mask on, and she is just chuckling and laughing. She's looking at her cell phone. I'm like, nope, nope, stop. And she's like, okay. Now my auntie is there with my auntie is there with not her boyfriend, but her boyfriend. Uh, and then he was like, oh, and he laughing too. But now my auntie can't see him laughing because he's looking at me. So the only thing she can see is the back of his head. And he is chuckling. And then he busts out with, boy, you sure do know your auntie, don't you? I'm like, yeah, I sure do. Now, so now we flash forward. Now we into the funeral. Now I still ain't got no programs. It's gonna turn like 12:05, and I'm like, yo, bro, let's go ahead and get this thing started. So pastor go. I get to go up after pastor. I say a few words, shed a few tears. Somebody else said something. My brother came up, said something. Pastor came back up, closed us out. Now, well, so now we're about to leave. Now they're going to, the funeral director people going to close the casket, do their thing. Now, because of how the service had been going so far, if you've not seen the movie Chris Rock, Death at a Funeral or some shit, and dad like funeral like the casket fall off. I was at that point like, man, this casket getting ready to fall off. There's like no way this casket ain't gonna fall over today. There's not one single way this casket ain't gonna fall over is what I'm thinking. So so it's kind of a bigger, heavy set guy. He gets to the front. It's another guy, they're trying to get the stuff together to close the casket. And he over there trying to do it, and then boom, he knock over the flower arrangement. I'm sitting there like, oh my gosh. At least I guess I'm like, okay, at least it wasn't the casket that went down. It's just the flower arrangement that went down. And I'm like, man, you know what? I'm out of here. So now I'm trying to help people get to their cars because the parking lot where we were at was at the funeral home. They had a nice seat in there, but they didn't have enough seats per se for where we were at. And it had rain. So I'm trying to help people get into the cars. They get my father out. They give no warning. They say like, hey y'all need to get in your cars. We're getting ready to go. The guy jump in his car. Woo, woo, woo. And then I'm like, okay, well, mom, I go to say, hey, mom, let me get you in the car. My mother's elderly. Let me get her in the car. He throw on the lights again. Woo, woo. He pull out, block the traffic, and he's gone. I'm still at the funeral home. They about to go bury this man. I'm still at the damn funeral home. So, whatever. Whatever. So, now, I catch up. We get to the funeral home. I'm into the cemetery. No, hold on. Before we get there, back to my auntie. Now, as soon as we're walking out, I'm standing by the door. First thing she says to me is, where is my program? Like, auntie, they ain't showed up. I told y'all make sure you get one. You better make sure you get me a program. Okay, auntie. But I love you, baby. See you later. So anyway, now we catch up at the funeral, at the cemetery. Now we're at the cemetery. They say, "Hey, do you have any pallbearers?" I almost called him an end. Like, you ain't see no pallbearers at the funeral home, sir. Ask me that stupid ass ridiculous question. Pallbearers. Anyway, he was like, okay, well, we got to get the, your father out the hearse to the plot. Cool. I say, hey, one of my brothers are there. Look at the other brother. He's down a little bit. Now, both my brothers are elderly. Both of my brothers are old enough to be my father. That's how old they are. Now, anyway, I go, I go down. I'm like, yo, man, can you help? Us get this going. So we go over there. We going to get him in. We get him to the thing. So now we good. Do you understand? So it's windy outside, and the dude kept trying to stand up the flower arrangements. Now the same flower arrangement that the fat dude, the heavier set gentleman, knocked over. He's now trying to get it to stand up. It won't stand. It's just falling. It just keep falling on. I'm like, bro, it's not. I'm sitting there like, dude, I'm trying to get up out of it, and it's cold now. Like, I'm a Floridian. Outright, I know my accent does not sound Floridian. However, I am a true Floridian. It was like 50 degrees outside. I'm like, bro, I can't dress out with a long tee, like a long sleeve shirt. Like, I didn't come out here for the cold. I thought it was gonna be like 75. And I was thinking like, man, I might need to roll up these sleeves. No, it's 55. And the wind is blowing. It's like, pow, oh, swinging on a bit. So I'm just saying, I was like, yo, you slowing us down trying to stand up these flowers. They held them flowers, lay them shit down. Let's go. Get that out the way. I'm saying, after that, I had an amazing time with my family. McKinney, stand up. Love you guys. I appreciate you guys watching this video. Hey, man, but tell y'all funerals can be interesting. You don't know the stuff that can occur. And what's funnier is, I want to say on that Friday, my cousin hit me up. She said, hey, you need me to do anything for you? I said, I don't think so. Like, no, we good. I mean, if there's anything wrong, that it's just gonna be wrong. We'll find out when we get there. And damn it, boy, did your boy speak that into existence? Jeez. Hey, use your words careful, people. That's the real moral of this video. And these are my confessions. Man, I don't know what to do. Peace.